This is exactly how my one-on-one client manifested marriage with her specific person. Hey guys, hope you're well. And in this video, I will be sharing a story of one of my clients who recently manifested marriage with her specific person. I actually saw her wedding pictures. They were so beautiful. They actually had a lot of fun. And this is a very beautiful success story. So what I will do is I will first tell you the full situation, what exactly was happening between her and her specific person, what her situation was. Then I will go step by step into explaining everything that she worked on and everything that we worked on together. I will also tell you the point where we started working together. So stay tuned till the end. You will love this story. At the end, I will give you a small surprise and you guys will love it. So let's start the video. Let's get into it. So first, let's understand the story of what this person exactly went through, what her situation was. I will start by explaining from her childhood. So when this girl was younger, right, it was a family of four people. She was the elder sibling, her brother, her parents, right? And what happened is at this time, her family was going through something. Now, what she was going through and what her family was going through, I cannot share. It was because of confidentiality reasons, and I will only share things that she has allowed me to. So they were going through something because of which, as she was growing up, her teenage years, her years when she was, in a direction of a fatherly figure, in direction of security, she didn't get any of it. Her father was unavailable, but not because he wanted to be unavailable, because the situation in her life and because the circumstances in her house led to her father being unavailable, and that was the only option that he had. So it was not that they had a bad relationship. It was because there were other priorities that her father had, and at this time she was growing up, she wasn't able to get the same kind of love and validation that she should have gotten. One really important thing that happened here is, as we are growing up and something like this happens to us, if we are forced to grow up too early, a small part of our mind starts to feel that my feelings, even when we are grown up, don't matter in relationships, because I have been taught myself and I have taught myself too that my feelings are not that important. Because when we are living in a household and let's say your father is going through something and you at that time are a young adult, you are starting to take responsibility of your life, you are also starting to be an emotional crutch for your family. At that time we start to feel that when I compare my problems to them, maybe my problems don't matter that much. And this is a pattern that carries forward in the future relationships that we get into. I will get into that in a bit. So this is where this person, this is how she grew up, and this is the time where she met the guy that her specific person is, right? So this is the time where she met this person. Now this person was her first relationship. Just imagine, a person is growing up, she's already around 22, 23. At this time she hasn't had a relationship yet, but she's also going through these set of things in her family. So it's of course very difficult for her to trust men. It's of course very difficult for her to trust this guy. And this is where, after talking, after connecting, these guys got into a relationship. So this relationship went on for a while, and it was her first relationship. But it wasn't like, the issue wasn't that it was her first relationship. It was because she has never been into social circles with men. She did not also know how to conduct herself with men, because as she is growing up, she hadn't seen what a guy in her presence looks like. And her brother was very, very young, right? So this is what her situation was. She got together with this person and the relationship went on for a year or two. After the relationship went ahead, what happened is something she did. She sabotaged the relationship herself, right? So her patterns came out, her insecurities came out. She sabotaged the relationship herself. And at this time, these guys broke up. As they broke up, they still remained friends, which at that time felt like a good decision. It truly wasn't, because she was feeling a lot of guilt from this. She wanted to get this relationship back, right? But this guy at this time cleared it up that at this moment, I don't think I can be together with you. You have broken my trust, and all these things are happening, right? As this relationship separated, they kept being friends, and the dynamic between them was a friendship. This dynamic kept on going on, and this guy started dating another woman. At this time, my client, she's not my client yet, but at this time, my client, she started chasing this person again. She started running after him. She started begging him. She started trying to get him to come to her. She started doing all these things. She also started losing her social life. She also started feeling depressed. She also started feeling negative. Her career was also taking a hit. But at this time, her family situation was slightly getting better. right? This 1 year where she actually chased this person a lot, she just kept running after him, she just kept sabotaging her life, doing all these things. It was not a very good year for her, and she was struggling a lot at this time. This is where she started learning about the concept of manifestation. This is where she started seeing content on my page, and these are her words, not mine. So as she got into this situation where she started learning about these things, right, what happened is she unconsciously started to realize that, you know what, maybe I do deserve better. Maybe I do deserve to be loved. Because when she started watching my content, she didn't watch my content because she wanted to manifest a person. She just was watching my content because she wanted to feel good. She wanted to feel prioritized. And this is the reason that she started this journey, right? So as she started working towards this and she unconsciously started to feel good about herself, she then got into learning about manifestation, about a specific person, specific areas, relationships. And at this time, she stopped chasing this person completely. She stopped completely. She pulled away from communication from him at any communication. She stopped chasing him. She stopped reading old texts or old chats, stopped watching old memories, stopped making herself feel better. She stopped stalking this person. At this time, this person is with someone else. And one thing that a lot of people will feel bad about if I say it out loud, because I said it in one of my previous videos and it triggered a lot of people. At this time, this girl, the other girl, is not a third party. Because for a third party to exist, my client and this person, they have to be the first and second party first. They weren't together. So at this time, the girl that he's dating is not a third party. And my client, who will become my client soon in this story, she didn't detach because she wanted this person to go away, the third party to go away. She detached because she wanted to work on herself. She detached because she realized that she has some relationship issues which made her sabotage the relationship in the first place. She detached because she realized that, you know what, my relationship was not good and a big part of it was me. A big part of it was my past patterns. And these are the things that I really want to work on. This is what made her detached to begin with, right? So she started detaching, she started working on herself, and she started doing all these great things. Now, this person at this time went through a breakup with the third party. So the breakup happened automatically. She was not the one to create it. She didn't manipulate it. She didn't have the need to do it. She didn't have the need to chase. She didn't have any of these needs. And in truth, she was in a no contact situation with this person at this time because, as I mentioned, she pulled away from communication. All her focus was on first creating a career for herself. She started losing weight. This person was obese. She lost around 20-30 kgs of weight. That is around 50 pounds. She lost that much weight. She started working on her mindset. She started going to the gym. She started feeling good about herself. All of these things are happening. And just understand, okay, when I say the weight, it was lost over a period of time and it still kept going on, like she kept losing weight. I'm just telling the total weight that she lost. So please don't create unrealistic expectations for yourself that you guys are also going to lose 30 kgs, 50 pounds instantly. It's not really going to be healthy. So just letting that pass. She started doing all these things. She started working on herself, and all of her focus was for her. This a guy, he broke up with this person, and this is where he like after a while he started reaching out to her. He told her that, you know what, all this time when you were reaching out to me and doing all these things, I could have handled it better. And she also apologized because she said that, you know what, I also shouldn't have chased you, I shouldn't have sabotaged the relationship. This was a very crucial moment in their situation. This was a very important part in their journey. Why? Because this made this person realize two, three things. It made my client realize that she did not have to hold on to the resentment that was created because she was the one chasing. Because what was happening in her mind is that she kept chasing this person and he kept rejecting her, which he did right. If you are chasing someone and they are not appreciating that, there is nothing wrong that they are doing. You should stop the chasing, right? But in her mind, it wasn't working like that. In her mind, she was creating resentment against this person. That, you know what, this person is rejecting me, he's not treating me right, he's doing all these negative things for me. After working on herself, she realized that she did not have to hold on to that resentment. Now, the second thing is, this is where, after working on her patterns, after doing all these things, she realized that she would want to have a better dynamic with this person. This is where this person came and started working with me. This was our first connection. This is where we started working together. Now, I first told her, and in truth, I tell this to a lot of my clients, that you need to be open about the fact that the work that you have done without supervision, it's great. I'm really happy for you. But What we will focus on will be more specific things. What we will focus on will be things that I can see which you might not be able to see in your situation. And that might mean that you have to let this person go, because working on yourself might mean that the desires that you have that are coming out of attachment, that are coming out of guilt, that are coming out of insecurity might wash away by themselves. And it wouldn't be that you will feel bad about that. It would be a natural progression. But if it remains, then you can still pursue it. And one confusion that a lot of people have is that, should I first focus on my self concept or should I focus on manifesting my specific person? The thing is, you focusing on your self concept is a path to manifesting your specific person. If for this person, my client I'm talking about, you will see that in her story, she didn't even reach a point where she had to make a decision, because by this time the situation had already manifested. I will explain as the story goes ahead. So this was a conversation that she had. So what we first did is we did a little bit of inner child work. We did a little bit of like a few meditations in relation to the inner child work. We also added a few affirmations in terms of better mindset and relationships, a lot of self-concept affirmations. We started increasing the habits that she had already built. By this time, she had lost good weight, but we also added habits that could actually magnify that, right? We also added financial habits, financial planning, because the primary issue that she was facing in her family was something related to finances, because of which she was of a mindset that it is very important, and I was also of a mindset that it's very important for her to be financially stable, because that will take her out of a chronic sympathetic nervous system mode. It will take her out of a chronic survival mode. A chronic survival mode means that on a slow and steady basis, we are on a constant place where our body is not feeling that I'm safe, right? It's the easiest way that I can explain it. I will make a different video on this if you guys want me to, about how your nervous system affects your manifestations, about how your mindset in relation to your nervous system affects your manifestations, about how the nervous system regulation is very important. So if you want that video, just leave a comment down below. You can write down nervous system and I will make a separate video on this. So these are the things that we worked on, and eventually as we started focusing on these things, this person started to come and reach out to her. Now at this time when this person is reaching out to her, she hasn't fully decided if she wants a relationship with him or not, because all she's seeing is that I have let go of the past, he has let go of the past, I will now meet him as a new me, and I will also consider him as a new him, but I don't know the new him, so I will first spend time knowing him. This was a very powerful move, because her time wasn't just decided that, you know what, since I'm working on me and this guy is reaching out and showing me some attention, that it means that I instantly need to latch on to him and give him the commitment. Her focus was that as I'm going to work on myself, as he's going to come, I will then see if this is something I really want to pursue or not. So this guy came. In her situation, he was not breadcrumbing her. So every person can have a different situation, but in her situation, he was not breadcrumbing her. It was a conscious decision from two people who were wanting to be in touch. So that's when they started being in touch, they started being in communication, and that is where their relationship started to grow. At this time, her social circle also started to grow. So because her social circle was growing, she might have invited him to a few parties and things like that, and that's where this relationship started to get better. After months and months of being together, this guy eventually proposed to her. All these months that they were together, all these months, I think it was a year or something more, all this time that they were together, she started getting a lot better with her patterns. She started working a lot on herself. She started working a lot on her relationships. In other relationships too, she started getting better with her family. She started getting better with her friends, her finances, and everything. Till eventually they got connected, they got married. There were many issues in the middle. The families were not agreeing at the start. There was a work thing that was coming up, but I wouldn't bore you guys with those details. But eventually, all of this worked out. She got married. She is actually going to give you guys a good news soon. I'm also going to share it on my page. I think you guys already know what I'm talking about. I will not come out and say it, but that was the small surprise that you guys are also going to get a good news soon about this situation. I will share it soon because she's focusing on manifesting that, and I'm pretty sure that it's really going to work out. So I hope that you guys liked this success story. I hope that you guys learned something from it. And I know that if you also apply similar things and similar techniques in your life, you will also start to get results. But what the major thing that you can learn from this is that don't shy away from working on yourself. It is a very important and an integral part of your journey. It is something that you cannot let go of, and it is something that you will need for lasting results in your manifestations. So I hope this helps you. I will see you guys in the next video.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share if you like the video. The link for my one-on-one coaching, my self-help courses, and my free newsletter are in the description box below.